Here we are, we finally got out of Hobart. Oh, so pleased. It was a nice place, don't get me wrong, but there's something about traffic lights, lots and lots of people. I'd much rather come to places like this. This is Gordon, so it's just down the coast a little bit. We're planning going to Bruny Island, and that's it just over there. But there's nothing different to here than over there, so plus a bunch of cash out of your pocket to go and either get over there or take your vehicle over there, and of course we won't be taking our van. So our van's just parked over my shoulder there. Lovely little spot here in Gordon. It was very interesting. Gordon got wiped out back in the I think it was about 1967 up this coast here. Some pretty huge wildfires, and 64 people lost their life, I think it was. So lots of towns just wiped off the map. You know, Gordon was wiped. There's another cute little town, I think Snug, that got wiped. I think 11 people in Snug got killed. So yeah, don't mess with nature. When she goes, she goes. It was coupled with hot temperatures and some driving winds. Just the recipe for the disaster. But she's looking nice and green here, I tell you. Looking beautiful. So this is the bottom of the point that I'm going to do, and then I'm going to swing around and then start heading sort of like back to Hobart, but on the other side. Loving it. Just remember, if you love the content, help us by subscribing, following, share to friends, and push the like button. Cheers, sweet as RV'n. Well, not much to write home about today. Weatherman has kind of got it right. It's starting to get a little bit gloomy, but it's now sort of like getting like 4 o'clock in the afternoon, where they were talking about 8 o'clock in the morning. But no, we've moved up from Gordon, which will be over this way, back through Hobart, and then we're coming up along the Derwent River. And not much to write home about today, but big shout out to the publican down here that puts on a little area out the back of the pub for us to stay at. Been over and paid my dues and had a wee yarn. So he's told me a few good stories about the convict side of things of Tasmania. Tells me his neighbours breed some really good sheep. Apparently he's some of the best sheep in Tasmania, if not Australia. So pretty neat. But yeah, a lovely little view out here in a nice quiet pub setting. Check it out. Right, this is just a quick little review. Basically, yeah, we haven't really seen too much in between Gretna Green, nice little stop there. Hamilton, filled up with some water there. And we're just for a town called Ouse. I love it, I live in a town called Ouse. Where we're stopped right now, I think it's called Meadowbank Lake down here. It's part of the Derwent River system. And it would be absolutely gorgeous if we had a cloudless day and 20 something plus degrees, but it's a little bit cooler and it's cloudy and it's been wet. We had a big wet night last night. But yeah, just for you guys, if you're wanting to come and visit Tasmania and you want to come to little camps on the way, this one here, there's 2 levels. We're on the upper level up here. This is Bethune campsite. I think a politician, Angus Bethune, I think it was, maybe he allowed the use of some land here for us campers. So it's good. There's some toilet facilities down there, which does have some running water, I think, from the tank over there, and a couple of picnic areas, one here at the upper area and one down there at the lower area. The lower area, if you go down there, make sure you know that you can get back up with your vehicle. I wasn't prepared in the damp conditions to go down there and come up, but there's been a lot of people coming up and down there today. But yeah, it looks good, and looks like if there's a boat out here, there's possibly some fishing. So yeah, good little spot here if you're coming through Tasmania. Look it up, it's nice. It's got to be, and bring some good weather with you. Good morning everyone, and what a beautiful morning. We're on a winner today. Made it to the largest wooden pipe in the southern hemisphere. How awesome is this? It's 4 meters round and travels for 1.25 kilometers. And not only one pipe, it's 2 pipes. If you can see down in the distance there, you can see how they split off. Amazing piece. I saw something similar to this back when I was going from Kalgoorlie to Perth, and in the museums there they had wooden pipes that were used for the pipeline around there, but they weren't this size. This is huge. So you can see the big huge bands that are popped around this tube to keep it all together. and I'm not too sure of the wood, but I think it may be Baltic pine they called it, but might have to do a little bit more research on that one. And it's over 60 years old, so yeah, it's in great condition, it's looking good. But it's a sight to see, you know, a wooden pipe just slinking down to its destination. So there's a lake up here which is part of a river system, and they've obviously tapped into that through the hill, and it's taken a bit of a shortcut down to a power station down in the bottom here. So spectacular scene to see. Right, we're moving on. Right, just pulled up in the sweet spot here. We've yeah, got enough room for us in that little corner. We're happy with that. It doesn't interfere with the sun and our Starlink if we were parked in here, and another spot over there. But this is Brady Lake. Beautiful little lake. I think it was set up around about 1957 with the hydro scheme. So yeah, this is our port of call for the next couple of nights. So we'll fill you in with a little bit more details, maybe a few shots of the lake and its surrounds. But in the meantime, we're going to settle down, make ourselves comfortable. Well, Brady's Lake, what a fantastic place to stay. Man, it was really, really nice, peaceful and relaxing. Probably too relaxing because we only just got a dip once and I didn't get the paddleboard out. And spoke to a few fishermen and they weren't doing so well, so I didn't get the rods out either. So I talk about a real nice spot. It's good. So over and behind me, you mightn't hear it, but there's a little rush of water going down that way. I believe it's a like a kayak slalom course down there. Sadly, we couldn't get access to around that area. They can't walk around the bank and have a look. I was planning on getting the inflatable sup out and have a look, but didn't make it. There's some parking obviously on the other side there. Now Brady's Lake is one of 3 lakes that were basically created for the hydro scheme. Tagatina or something like that. I need some help with that one. So the lakes were formed on the Neve River, and back in, I think it was 1952 through to 1956. So yeah, and these lakes are around about 800 meters above sea level. So yeah, apparently they get a bit of snow around here too. So yes, it would be pretty, but not for me. All right, so thanks for joining us here in Brady's Lake, and we'll tootle on to the next spot. It's really cool. Right, just 15k up the road from Brady's Lake. I think I come to Bronte's Lagoon or something, and I find the geographical centre of Tasmania. Wow, I think I have. This is a replica that was put here in 1983, and from what I can read is that back in 1833 through to 1855 there was an explorer, James Sprent, and there is a cairn. This is a cairn replica. There's a larger cairn on Mount La Perouse, I think it is. We'll pop it down the bottom. So yeah, it's nice to get here with the van. Beautiful, beautiful little spot, lovely lake. I think there's some good trout fishing around here. I've seen some bit of sign for it. Couldn't find any t-shirts for sale though. Apparently this is the belly button of Tasmania. I think that's a pretty good t-shirt to buy. I've visited the belly button of Australia. Anyway, nice spot. We'll get a move on. Busy people, busy places. I don't like it. Good morning. Man, it's been an adventurous one today. I've made it to the... We're on our way. Brady's Lake's been cool. So Brady's Lakes is about, oh, what was that? Fucking hell, I hate things like that. It's a replica of the plaque that, doing it. Well, just 15k up the road. It's a little hard to get to. Oh, do I really know what I'm talking about? Oh.